Hi, Charlie. How are you?
Hey Marta, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we are here to talk about all the features we released in RoomOS in June. All of these are perfect for the hybrid workplace, and we've got quite a lot to go through, so let's just dive right into it. So picking up on gestures is paramount to effective communications. And we've had the raise hand feature for a while now, which allows you to virtually raise your hand by pressing a button on your Desk Pro. But raise hand is now also available as a physical gesture recognition on your Desk Pro.
Absolutely, and you're absolutely correct. We've had this for a little while on Desk Pro. You could touch a button on a Desk Pro and you'd get the raise hand icon appear. But now I can be in front of my Desk Pro in a Webex meeting and I could raise my hand like this. I get a little countdown timer that will appear on the screen. And once I've held my hand up for long enough, it will confirm and you'll get a notification on the screen to say that, hey, Charlie's raised his hand. I still need to go ahead and touch the screen to put my hand back down again, but the actual raising itself, I can just do the raise hand capability.
That's great. Thank you so much. And imagine being in a large all-hands meeting where somebody's holding an engaging presentation. You might want to give feedback in real time. You might want to clap or send a thumbs up, but you also don't want to disrupt a speaker and possibly disrupt their flow. So in-meeting reactions gives Webex participants a non-verbal way to show engagement in a meeting through sending on-screen emojis to express their reactions to what's going on. And you maybe want to show us what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've had, again, for a little time, we've got the emojis, the reaction emojis in Webex, and we've had the reaction emojis on the actual devices themselves. And the two haven't been able to talk to each other. But we now have that capability that, hey, if I give the thumbs up on my device, it will appear in Webex. And if, for example, Marty, you're sitting there clapping in Webex, I will get to see that on my device. So we bringing it to everybody now. So one thing to mention for the in-meeting reactions, we do need a Webex site that's running with 41.6 for this to work.
Thank you. And I think this is such a great feature. It really levels the playing field, especially for remote attendees. I think it really makes meetings more inclusive because everybody can give their reaction to what is going on.
Absolutely.
It's a great one. So there are many scenarios where you might want to mute the video of a participant. Perhaps you're a teacher doing remote classes to children. I love children, but sometimes they can be a bit spontaneous. And maybe they're distracting the other learners. Or if we're in a court setting and somebody starts acting up, it can be very distressing to a lot of people. So we are now making it available for hosts and co-hosts to mute the video from a meeting participant.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you said, there are certain situations where you may find that there is disruption that's coming from that particular video endpoint. So we have the ability now from the Webex app to be able to go ahead and mute the video that's coming from that device. Some key things to remember, as a host of the meeting, I can't go and unmute that video of that device. So once I've muted it, somebody needs to be in front of the device to actually go ahead and unmute the video. And this one also has a Webex site requirement of you being on a minimum of 41.5 for it to be supported.
Thank you for showing us this. And in February, we added a beautification tool to help make the shapes that you draw on your whiteboard on the Webex Desk Pro or the Webex board a bit more precise. And I love this one because I am not I'm not the best at drawing shapes. But when you draw certain figures, the whiteboard will detect it and retrace them with more accuracy. And maybe can you tell us about the improvements we've made to this feature?
Absolutely. So there are a couple of improvements that have happened here. The first one is we've added some additional shapes that are recognized. So as you can see here on screen, for example, being able to draw an arrow or being able to draw a curve and for it to be able to smooth out or prettify those particular images that you've drawn. There's also, as part of this, has been what we call the long press, which normally you need to go ahead and turn on the shape recognition. But let's say I'm drawing something and I've forgotten to do that. If I, for example, to go ahead and draw a square and keep my finger or the stylus on the screen for a period of time, it will actually go and tidy up the shape for me without having to have turned on the capability in the first place.
This is great. I am an avid whiteboard user myself, so I love this one, and I'm sure I'm going to use it a lot. So previously, we made it possible to use the Webex Room Navigator to book a meeting room inside of the room. And we are now stepping up our game, and room booking with the Webex Room Navigator is now also available outside of the room. And I think that you've got a little video to show us, don't you?
Absolutely. So there's a little video which is going to run now where this is showing the process. So this is showing, for example, the navigator in outside room booking mode. I can touch on the book room. I can select the amount of time that I want to go ahead and book the room for. Once I'm happy, I click on the book room button again, and it will go ahead and confirm. And you will also notice that the LED bar that's on the navigator that's visible from all sides will also go ahead and change color from green to red to indicate the room is in use. Just a point to note, this doesn't book a WebEx as well. This is just booking the actual meeting space itself.
This makes me super excited to get back into the office. Hopefully not too long now, but I'm sure that this is one that I use a lot when we're allowed to get back into the office again. And I think that's what we have for June. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to learn more, you can visit the blog or the website. And I'll see you guys in July. Thank you so much.